This video contains images of a kitchen that needs work. Please be fair. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Look of a Kind. I have for you my complete kitchen declutter. This is a process that took a little over 2 years to complete, but it is done. You are going to see how I gradually work my way up to the larger messes in my kitchen. You are also going to see a difference in this video compared to the breakdowns of earlier videos. Plus, I'm going to show how my kitchen is holding up at the end, so sit back and enjoy. I want to start to declutter my kitchen, and this happens to be the worst part of it. What you see here is a mess that has been brewing for about a month. This has become a catch-all for mail, school-related items, stationery items, and kitchen items. I just couldn't take it anymore, so I had to do something. For those struggling to start, I would say start by sorting. And when I say sort, I mean put them into categories. I put like things together. So for me, I had a lot of school stuff, so I put all the school stuff together. I put all of the kitchen stuff together. I put, like here, this is mailers that I got in the mail that I put together, and I went through that stuff just to put like things together. I decided to get rid of this computer. I've had this computer for about 10 years. It still works, it just runs slow, and the things that we need to do on it will not work anymore. Plus, we have multiple laptops that are up to date. So I'm going to erase all of the data on it and give it away or take it to Goodwill. I'm not sure, but it does still work. I have a question for you. I want you to guess what operating system is on this computer. Let me know down in the comments. Let's see where everything goes to. I want to give a tip while I am going through this entanglement of cords. When you start to connect your cords together, in the beginning, you want to tie or bind up the extra cords before you plug them in. This could have been way worse if I did not do that. It's amazing how many cords are connected to just one computer, and with a laptop, you don't need any, with the exception of one cord just to charge. What I am using are the Clorox disinfecting wipes to wipe out the storage area. What I should have done was disconnect this modem, because you will see that I fumbled with this thing so many times. It was in the way so many times that it would have made more sense for me to just disconnect everything, and then I would have been able to maneuver a lot better. This is what I mean when I say tie up or bind your cords. It makes it a lot easier to get to and keep them neat. I always use hot water to wipe down things, or water hot enough for me to handle. So this is Lysol and hot water. Because some of these things are sticky and they are also dusty, when I wipe things down, I do not directly put it back into the water. I will go and rinse the rag off to get all of that gunk off, and then I will put the rag back into the water. That's how I'm able to stretch my water or make it last. All right, so I got a call from my mom and my phone was actually dying, so I had to charge it. But I went ahead and wiped down this chair, and then I put some lemon oil on it, and I finished up the rest of the table legs and the desk itself. I wiped that with some lemon oil also. This, we're gonna have to figure this out because I don't like it, but it's cleared and it's functionable, if that's a word. It's functioning. We'll go with that. And so that will work. I love this desk. I know it may be beat up or whatnot, even the chair, but I love them both. And one day I will refinish them. I would take the veneers off or whatever on the desk and figure it out, but I really don't want to let this desk go because it's a really good desk. So now what we're left with is this stuff. This smokeless grill I do not want, but my other half wants to keep it, so I have to find a place to put it. This hoverboard is going into the basement because it is not allowed to be used up here except for the kitchen, and plus I do not want it up here. This is more school stuff that I need to go through, and these cans are for food storage. This is what it's looking like as far as all of the stuff that was over there in that section. This is all the school supply / school stuff that is here. And then we have this thing that I need to finish resetting. This is the top of my refrigerator. I've always kept cereal up here and never liked doing that, so I'm going to move the cereal and put the Instapot and the smokeless grill up here. These are the glasses that were sitting on the desk. I want to unbox them and put them in this cabinet. As you can see here, I need to declutter, and this is a process that I had started before, but I will show that later. I don't know if I am the only one, but I tend to feel guilty when I throw away pencils, crayons, markers, coloring pencils. I don't know why, but I tend to hold on to them as if something bad's going to happen if I throw them away. Let me know in the comments what you have a hard time letting go of. Picking back up on what I said earlier about sorting things into categories, this is one of the categories that I created, which was school / papers / school supplies. Because I took a large amount of items and broke them down into categories, it made it a lot easier to sort through the pile. What this does is tricks my brain into thinking that I have a small amount of items to go through. Also, I can take the time to thoroughly go through these things to see if I want to keep or throw away the items without overwhelming myself. This pile right here I'm going to destroy because there is personal information on there, such as kids' names and stuff. This is a pile I'm going to keep. This is trash. That is a keep. This is a donate / basically giveaway. This is a keep as far as scrap paper for drawing and stuff like that. This has to be put up in my container that has all of the products that I have. That is also scrap paper. That is going to be our little tray for when kids need access to do homework, things like that, supplies for what they need. And then that back there, that is chalk. It's an art supply that one of the kids had along. These are things that belongs to one of them. And then that belongs to the air fryer. All right, it's a new day, and I'm going to put this and attempt to put that up here. I do not show me cleaning off the top of this refrigerator, but that will be in a different video. This is what we're looking like right now. I don't like for my appliances to show, but this will have to do for now. I wiped that down, but we will work on getting those marks off at a different time. And this area is all cleared. We just have to figure out something with this because I don't like it. I'm thinking about a shelf or something, but I just want to finish completely decluttering and then go from there as far as decorating, painting, and those types of things. But this is it. All right, we are back at it again with more decluttering. So, as you know, what I was saying earlier, I want to put these glasses up here in this cabinet, and I want to do some more decluttering. This cabinet used to be way worse than this. I wanted to show you guys how it looked before, but I had already started to declutter before I started to record. I had started to declutter before I started to record, but this is everything that was on that first shelf in the first cabinet. Everything else that you see currently is how it was when I initially started the process. It wasn't too bad. This is the end result of the cabinet at the time. And these are the items that were decluttered, including what you saw before. I want to apologize to you guys for the orientation. This is around the time when I thought about creating YouTube videos. By the way, this is January of 2020. And it is now fall of 2021. This cabinet wasn't too bad, but I did do some rearranging off camera that you will see later on. And I also wiped out the cabinets. But this is what I have right now. And so I need to get this arranged. And remembered I had this cereal that was on top of the refrigerator that I wanted to find a new home for. So we're going to put it in this cabinet, which is what I call my snack cabinet. But we need to arrange the shelves and also get this organized. Okay, this is all of the stuff that I pulled down. Well, minus those back there. Those aren't going anywhere. Those are our water bottles. But this is what I pulled down so far and these items. So let's go ahead and figure out what I'm going to keep and give away. I did not realize my hair was in the way, but this doesn't last for long. Well, apparently I was not recording when I moved this stuff all the way over and I unboxed all of these things. So you did not get to see that, but this is what we're looking like. This is a lot of glasses, but what I want to do is keep them to see how we do as a family. And if I find that they are not being used, then I will donate the green glasses. What I am going to do is wash these before I put them in the cabinet. What I am doing here is washing the shelf liners. This is just Dawn, a little bit of bleach, and hot water. I have heard that it is satisfying watching a sink be cleaned. I did not get it at first, but something about the suds makes it satisfying to watch. Whenever I do dishes, I always clean the sink out before I start. When I make my dishwater, I use Dawn and a little bit of bleach. If you are into watching dishes being washed, sit back and enjoy. I do not have a dish rack. I used to, but I got rid of it because it was taking up space on my counter. So what I do now is I use the dishwasher rack to dry my dishes. Like as far as these shelves, and I don't recall cleaning these off ever. As I said before, this is the snack cabinet, and what I did was created categories for each shelf. The first shelf was related to sweet snacks. The second shelf was related to breakfast items, and the bottom shelf was related to salty snacks. These are the items that were left over from the declutter. These things were opened in the cabinet for a long time, along with the nuts, and the rest of the items I am going to donate to a food pantry. I do not use the dishwasher to wash my dishes. I have in the past, and I did not like the results of how the dishes looked. I use the drying feature on the dishwasher to dry my dishes. That's how I dried these shelf liners. This is my dish cabinet. How I categorized the shelves was the plates and bowls on the first shelf. The things that we drank out of was on the second shelf. And on the top shelf, it was leftover cups and things that we ate out of. I also arranged this from bottom to top, most used to least used. This was my grandmother's. If you continue to follow me on this homemaking journey, you are going to see that I have a strong attachment to my grandmother. but this is what we have left. So I'm going to get rid of this plate. These water bottles, I need to figure out where to put them because I don't like having stuff out just sitting around. I will say over here it's cleared. It's cleared. It's cleared now, and I still have my pumpkins. I have not decorated my front porch yet. In this cabinet, I had decluttered this a while back. This is not that bad. I just have jars that I wanted to save and stuck in random places, so I just need to clean it up. But I'm done. It's like 10:06 tonight. I know it may not seem like I did much today, but in between all of what I was doing, life happened. So I'm done. A lot more orderly, and we have the doors cleared off. They are now clean. Let me show you what I mean by a bunch of jars. So I don't know if you can see all the way back there, but there are a good many jars back there, and I forgot I had that. So I will not be saving those. And then for those who are just curious about what I have in the cabinet, it's more things, and these are things that I actually do use. It's my slicer. You can't really see it, so that's why I'm not too worried about how it looks. But I do want to organize this a better way as far as aesthetics. But I have to get through at least getting and keeping the things that I want. My crock pot that was right here, apparently one of the feet on it was melting away, so I had to clean that up. And so there it is. So I have to wipe that off and put it back. But while I'm down here, these plates I'm going to give away, and these jars I'm just going to toss. This is the final outcome of the cabinets. This is the next part of the kitchen that I have been avoiding. One, because I was a little overwhelmed with what has to be done in here. This cabinet holds all of my pots, pans, and etc. I am reorganizing and decluttering. I am also deep cleaning, but that won't be shown in this video. I have been procrastinating because it was multiple drawers that I had to go through to clean, and a lot of stuff had to be pulled out. Also, frankly, I was a little embarrassed to show parts of how my kitchen looked. I decided to show it so I can look back and see my progress as I continue on this decluttering and organizing journey. Also, I want to encourage others that may have that mindset of my kitchen or my space doesn't look like that, so why even bother? They can take what they have and make it better, at least. That's what I'm trying to do. I finally had enough mental energy to deal with this part of the kitchen, but I needed to clear this space first, or it would make it more complicated trying to organize, declutter, and clean. Have you guys ever paid attention to the feeling that you have when you walk into a clean and neat space versus a cluttered and dirty space? You know that feeling when you wake up in the morning and turn that corner and see that fresh, clean kitchen, or when you come home and you see that your hallway and your living room is a disaster. It affects your mood, your whole demeanor, how you treat other people around you. I know for me, it affects my stress levels. I am going to start with this drawer first, since it's the simplest, easiest to deal with. Right now, I am overwhelmed with what I have to do. I'm gonna have to go through fast too. I am like stalling on cleaning this drawer. And if I sound funny, it's because I have these liners in my mouth. I don't like them as far as for talking. And the drooling too. Okay. Let's do this. What it actually looks like. All right, I decided to use my Lysol multi-surface cleaner with a rag, and so I think this would just get a little bit stronger. This might help wipe this. This should get this blade cleaned. Oh yeah, that makes a big difference. Like most kitchen cabinets, these cabinets are made of MDF wood. It is normally easy to clean if you don't have food or dirt buildup, but I do, and so that's why I have to be careful not to saturate this material or it will swell. If you notice the other cabinet doors and the drawers, the outside of the drawers, there is some paint chipping going on and also some swelling. So you have to be careful of how you clean these cabinets, especially if they are not sealed. What? Is that cashews? It's not gonna fit. Okay. Do I have a more narrow container? Maybe if I turned it this way. Will it fit? Yay! Huh. Because I actually like the setup. Now the problem is these other items. I don't know about you, but I have to talk through my reasonings or rationalize what I am doing or what I am going to do while I am organizing. I just work better that way. Let me know if you do the same down in the comments below. I get to film me sticking this right here, but that is what I did with the turkey bags. But this is what I was talking about up in here. I don't know if you can really see. Let's see. Towards the beginning of this video, or earlier when I sighed after pulling out the bottom drawer, I had looked in the cabinets, and what I saw inside there, it was nasty. I am doing a series that will show me cleaning the insides of the cabinets, and if it is not yet linked, it is coming. So stay tuned. Kind of happy to be dealing with this drawer right now because of all of the lifting and scrubbing of dirt or food buildup. Now I can do something a little different. Organizing. going to put these things back in the drawer. I want to get rid of this, but I don't know how. I don't have anything else to separate my knives, forks, and spoons, so I'm going to use this for now. And I'm going to also put back the grip back in the drawer. So that's what I'm going to do. I put these liners back in the drawer. I'm going to replace these, so I need to write that on my list. These are my first set of knives right here that I bought on my own, and you can see they've been through it. But it's just, I guess it's a sentimental thing. I mean, they are still, and these knives are cheap. I think I got these from Walmart or Family Dollar over a decade ago. But it's like, you look at it, it's like it's time to go. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. How do you dispose of knives though? I'm gonna have to look that one up. Let it go. I have to figure out this situation. I'm not sure what to do with it. I know I'm going to leave these out because that's going to remind me to get them welded. But I'm trying to find cheaper alternatives in organizing this drawer because I am not trying to spend $50 on just to separate the utensils or make them look more organized and neat. So I'm trying to use my brain. I need to get that. But I'm trying to use my brain and think of other alternatives to make this look like how I envision it without blowing money. It is now time to tackle this cabinet. Yay! Some of these items belonged to my grandmother. Sentimental is an area that I struggle with the most. I feel like I am throwing a part of a person away. I know that's not what actually is happening, but I have that guilt behind it. Sometimes I have to have that talk with myself that it's okay to let someone else have it that will better use it. So I see that recording had stopped, but this is how it looks emptied out. Now I'm telling you right now how I am feeling. I don't feel like crawling in here and cleaning this out. I really don't. And I don't know, it's just one of those days where I thought I had the energy to do it, and now it's just like, maybe because of the overwhelming feeling, this needs to be washed. Maybe it's the overwhelming feeling, but it's really gotten a hold to me. But this is everything out of the cabinet, and it seems like a good, well, most of this stuff I actually use, and so it's like organizing it in such a way to where I can grab this stuff without having to tumble up this cabinet. And that's the reason why it was set up the way it was set up. So I think I'm going to walk away for a little bit and really think about how I'm going to put this back in. But as of right now, I just don't want to do it. And if I force it, I'm going to half clean it, and then I'm going to be mad at myself later. So I'm just going to put a pin in this and think about functionality. Attempt to straighten out this door. I decided to use this tote/hamper because I needed something to hold things upright in the cabinet to make it easier to get to. these pans yet because they do come in handy, especially when I'm doing freezer type of baking or freezer cooking. So I may just hold on to these because I know for sure this pan I'm going to use. This one, that one actually may go since it's very dusty and dingy. And finally, here are the befores and afters of what I did in this portion of the kitchen. It took me 3 days to complete this, and I'm very proud of myself for getting this done. For the past few years, I have been struggling to complete tasks when normally I would be able to start on something and knock it out all in a day, but it's been just different. And so now I have to tell myself that it's okay if it's not done in one day or in that time span that you wanted. Just take it one day at a time. So I have this cabinet that I keep my canned goods, seasonings, spices, things of that nature. And in this cabinet, it is my overflow of extras that I have because I do not have a pantry. And I also have my junk drawer. This is what I'll be working on next. Right, we are now working on this section of the kitchen, but before I can even get to this cabinet, I do need to get this situated because this also would need to go in there. So let me go ahead and do that first. Definitely a workout. Oh. My knees, my knees, my knees. This is the cabinet, and I was going to say that this is the worst cabinet, but no, it's not. Look at all that. Look at all of that. Disgusting. First, I want to do is see if I can tighten this door because very loose. At least when it closes now, there's no gap. But there is a gap right there, but I noticed that the cabinet is not aligned. So the door looks like it's crooked, but it's really not. Let's see. Yeah, the door is not crooked. It's the cabinet itself. Okay, and this is what all I pulled out. Most of this stuff. And That's not too bad actually. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and at least line them up and get them in some form of order. I'm going to put the most recent date towards the back and towards the front, dates that are closer to being expired. Sorted all of the cans. I decided I'm going to keep 2 of these cans only. We've never really eaten this except my husband. This is something that he's eaten growing up, but I've never really had these before. I think I might have tried it one time. It's okay, but I'm going to give the rest of those cans away. And then these right here are expiring in the next couple of months, so I think I'm going to, it is cold now, so I know we can do chili, and then one day can do some grilled cheese sandwiches with tomato soup, and then something can be done with that. And then those pinto beans over there actually are expired. They expired back in November basically. And so I am going to use that in chili. So I'm not going to throw those away. I think that even though the expiration dates are on the cans, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to throw them away. I think that's just an expected date. Along with the items on the counter, there was stuff on the floor that came out of the cabinets. This cabinet I used for items that were too large for the upper cabinet and stock up items like extras that we commonly use and emergency supply. I stopped buying items for stock up because as I added to it, it was getting out of hand. That's why you were seeing stuff on the counters in my earlier parts of my kitchen declutter. So what I have been doing is only buying if we were completely out of an item, just until I can get the cabinet under control. And these potatoes, they were found hidden underneath some of the items in the cabinet. I needed these last week and thought we didn't have any, and so here they are. No good. This container, I thought it would have been used, but because it was out of sight and out of mind, I'm going to give it away because it's taking up space. All right, yeah, this right here is overwhelming. I have a lot of, well, it's not that bad, but I don't think I have the mental bandwidth to do this today. This is a lot to deal with, and there's a lot of recipes in here. Yeah, but this container, that's its own thing. I can't do that today. I had a hard time cleaning out this cabinet. This is just a preview, But if you want to see me clean this cabinet, there is a playlist linked down below, and if not, it's coming. It's going to be forgotten about like it was when it was in there. So this has to be left out so that people can see it and either eat it or make a banana pudding or something. So what I have left out. I am not going to put these up yet because I need to check the main cabinet to see if we have any of these things in it. This was extra so that once I used what was in the cabinet, the main cabinet, then I would take these out and just put it in its place. And so I know I'm getting ready to make chili, and I know I'm going to need these some of these things minus the pork and beans. So I have a question. How do you guys say pork and beans? For some reason, I always want to say poke and beans. I don't know why. Maybe that's just how I heard it growing up, but I always heard poke and beans. But how do you guys say it? And this is what we have going in here. All of the canned goods, the extras that will be down here waiting to be rotated into the main cabinet. And then back there is going to be where the recipe container goes. I did not put that back there because I will forget about it as far as decluttering it, so it's left out for now. And then down here, this section is basically stuff that is commonly used, easy access for the kids. And then also too, I have recently stopped buying noodles, so this is not a common thing in the house, so it being right here is not a big deal because when it's gone, this will open up. But this is mainly what we use. And then sodas back here and in that space too. We normally don't drink sodas, only my husband and for work. And so it's in a hard to get to spot on purpose because the kids. So, and then of course, back here, there's drinks, and then condiments are all right here of the extras. You can see that. Look at that year, 2020. Oh wait, I am now like weirdly starting to get the urge not to do this anymore. I don't know what it is, but I am just like losing steam. Not in the mood to clean up. Not anymore. I think this is what's turning me off. I'm getting a very overwhelming feeling on what to handle and like what to do with this stuff. Now, this may sound like a lot of complaining, and it was, but I tend to do this when my energy level is depleting or I get overwhelmed. So what I typically do, or what I try to do, is walk away and do something else until I have that energy to come back. And so that's what I did. Apparently I did not record me dealing with this nasty thing right here, but I basically got a plate or bowl of water with some Dawn in it. I'm going to pour this stuff in here. Maybe that will help get some of this stuff off of here. We are now aiming for this cabinet. I don't know if I feel overwhelmed. I don't know. I kind of feel a little excited, maybe because it's the categories are more defined and it'll be easier for me to get in order. I don't know. I need to get this off the counter. It has been down here, well, at least the seasonings have been down here since last year, and it's been annoying. I don't like things on my counter, but I would have to rearrange this whole entire cabinet, and I just didn't feel like doing it at the time. So now, that's what I'm going to work on. You already seen when I actually got these in order. That was done in the previous part of my decluttering of my cabinet, along with these right here. Now the ones behind it, the expiration dates are further in the future. But these three right here, I don't see an expiration date on at all, so I'm confused by those. And then I need to use this up now. These expired in 2019. And then these two are expiring this year. Everything else is, well, today is February the 1st. So this expired last month. So enchiladas will be on the menu. And this is basically it. It's not that bad, but look how dirty that cabinet is. And this is basically why I started wiping the bottom of my cans off, because this is what it produces. So that will be cleaned out. Here are all of the spices, including the ones that were already out. These trays came from Dollar Tree. I don't know if I'm going to use this to reorganize these trays. It did help for a little bit, but no one knows where to put things back. And plus, some of these seasonings need to be gotten rid of. So that is something I have to work on too. So I'm going to go ahead and go through that right now. Many of you have seen this bottle of wing sauce earlier in this kitchen decluttering and may have been wondering, why is there a paper towel on it? Well, the bottle was put back into the cabinet with the cap not twisted on all the way. And one of the kids was grabbing something out of the cabinet when the bottle fell and splattered sauce everywhere. They could not find the top, so they put a paper towel on it and then wrapped a rubber band around it until it was found. So this is 2012. This right here, 2013, 2016, right here, 2017, 2018, that right there by itself, 2019, and then these three right here, 2020, and this is 2021. All of this, most of this stuff, or half of this stuff has been expired. This, I'm not sure. I'm going to throw it away because it doesn't smell strong. But this is still some good. Looks like it just leaked. And then I found the cap to the hot sauce. So, and then this has been sitting in our cabinet, I know, for over a year. And it's been opened. And it doesn't say to refrigerate, but I can't find the expiration date. So I'm going to more than likely toss this too. The remainder of what was left in the cabinet. What I should have done was go ahead and organize the seasonings, and then I could have moved that out of the way, and then that way I would have had more space to rearrange these items here. So I think that's what I'm going to do right now, is go ahead and try to organize the seasonings and put them in those two trays that I have left. The other ones I had to throw away. And so that's what I'm going to do right now. So now I could be done, but because I want to put my hot sauce in on this level right here, I really do not want to lift this shelf because I would have to take everything out on this second shelf. But I do not want to put the hot sauce or the wing sauce on any of the other shelves. I want it on this shelf. So now, knowing how I am, I think I'm just going to take all those cans out and just go ahead and lift the shelf. Spray yet. Am I overlooking it? Am I overlooking the spray? Yeah, I am. This is everything that is going to be tossed, minus the other things that I've already thrown away. Oh, this is not going to be tossed, but all of these things are all expired. I'm not going to throw these away. I'm going to leave them down so that they can be baked. They just expired like the end of last year, so we can get rid of these. But all of this This is like 2019. I think there's something on here that's 2017. I think that was this. No, 2013, my bad. But yeah, all this is going to go. We have finally came to the close of this kitchen declutter, and I am so proud of myself. I started this process back in January of 2020 and pushed my way through up until now, February 2022. I did not even realize it was that long ago, but I did it little by little. To some, this may seem like it was nothing, but to me, this was a big deal. Now that I have gotten the clutter under control, it has given me motivation to tackle some of the other projects that I have in the kitchen and around the house. And this cabinet, it's still holding strong. It's just that jar right there. I need to just shift it over a little bit. There we go. This cabinet is basically mainly staying strong. We have been using these glasses, so I didn't realize we went through these glasses a lot, but we have been using these glasses. So this part right here, because the water bottles, well, these are in the dishwasher, but the water bottle is what's out of order, these two right here, and there's really no space for it, but it is actually being used. So that's the only thing that's really out of place. This cabinet is still a work in progress. The things are still in its rightful categories or rightful places, meaning like this would be like the salty snacks, the breakfast stuff, and then the sweet stuff up here. But of course, when you have people going in and out of the cabinet multiple times a day, it's going to be hard for it to stay in place. This is still the same. It's not really out of place much, just crooked, that's all. But other than that, this was not a big issue at all. And then these items are still in here. This is a straw, but everything is still in its place. I'm going to put the disposable utensils in here. If I happen to buy them, they will go into this drawer, but this drawer is basically disposable items. And then this drawer is basically still the same. This looks like it could be dirt. It's not dirt. It is from this counter. It needs to be replaced. So underneath is starting to wreck away some. So that's what falls into here. But I still have the stainless steel spoons and spatulas and stuff like that that are not in here because I couldn't find any storage or any space for them. So they are in a different location for now until I find storage. But this is basically still kind of the same. It's not as organized and neat as possible like I had it before, but it's maintaining. Here are the dishes that that I was talking about, as far as that's where they've been being stored right now, is in here, which is not a big issue for me, but I am still looking for storage. And then Like I told you guys, I do not wash my dishes in the dishwasher. I hand wash my dishes and then I stick them in the dishwasher for them to dry. And I use the drying feature on the dishwasher to dry the dishes. This drawer is still the same. Need to put towels back in here from laundry, but other than that, everything has basically stayed the same. So everything stayed the same in here. And I haven't really had to tumble up. It is this right here really did help. It is just easier to just go and pull things up and out of the basket versus, or rather than lifting up things, trying to get to something while I'm still digging in here or trying to get inside of this cabinet. But it's a lot easier. The only thing is, you know, still having to deal with pulling these pots and pans out to get to stuff, but that's what I can do. That's all I can do in this cabinet. And here is basically majority the same. I took all the cans that were on this shelf and I moved them to the shelf or the cabinet above with the rest of the cans, and moved my condiments and other condiments that I had, put it all together and put it on this shelf. So this is basically how this cabinet is looking. Here are the sodas. Everything's still in its place. The only thing is just these items here, since the kids need access, easy access to them. So that's right there. This drawer has not changed. Everything in here is still the same. This cabinet, it looked a little bit different earlier when I initially filmed this today, but we were cooking and this salt grinder happened to break. So that's no longer there, so I'm gonna have to get a new one. But everything is still in its place. As you see, there are more cans here because I moved the cans from the overflow cabinet up here. Now that I have, I can stack, and then I also have depth now. I can put my corn, whole corn, cream corn, sweet peas, string beans, carrots, and so on down the line. I can put a whole lot more here. But then I have up here, which I still need to work on, and there's some things missing because we cooked and that stuff have not been put back. But this probably is my favorite part of this cabinet. Just seeing the order that it's in is it just looks neat. It just looks neat and in order. But this cabinet is still holding strong. When the cooking happens with my other half, this can get mixed up and messed up, so I have to try to stay on top of making sure that I put these things back, because if he put it back, it would not be in its rightful place. And this cabinet has not changed much, except for some things are missing here because we are trying to get rid of stuff. And then of course I added more pasta to this cabinet. We still need to get rid of that tomato soup, so hopefully by the end of this week, or by this week, we can use it because it's been warm this week actually. And this is still here. I am getting used to seeing it there. I would like for it to be in a cabinet, but you know, these cabinets are not made for these appliances, so this is where it is now. And now what you all have been wondering about is the desk. So here it is. It is still a work in progress. It's still a catch-all. I need to go through the recipes right here, and then we have some school stuff from the kids underneath this pan. This pan I decided to keep because my husband does barbecue, and this comes in handy. We didn't realize we even had this pan at the time until I pulled it out, because we could have used it when we were barbecuing. So that's coming around the corner, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And doing hair, so I need to put that up when I'm done, but other than that, this is still a work in progress right here. I hope that this helps with your decluttering and organizing, and that this video gives you the motivation.